For today's Let's Talk Jinx, we're keeping it kind of short and simple, in which case, since we did talk about the patch last week, which because there's some confusion there about when the patch was actually coming out, that's why that happened. This week, even though the patch is officially dropping, you can check the last week's video for that, we're going to be actually talking about the fact that Jinx has made it into pro play. And for some people, you don't care about pro play either way, but some people, they don't necessarily care about pro play, but they do care about when Jinx is in pro play, so that's what we're here for. If you go to a site called Game of Legends Esports, and the URL is gol.gg, you can go over here to this spot over here. It's not letting me do it for some reason, but you can type in names of different champions, and for some reason the site's being real, it probably is actually my internet, as I've been learning when I've been trying to do anything at all today. It's not good. But with that being said, if you type in Jinx in this particular website and you go all roles and you go spring split right now of season 11, which is the season we're in for pro play, you can come down here and you can see, now granted, I should also say that this encompasses a lot of regions that are considered like a pro play region. If you want to go for specific regions, you can actually specify like specific regions that you want to see, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But to keep it simple, you come to the site, you type in Jinx, you have the season 11, you have the spring split, you can come down here and you can start to see some stats about when Jinx has been picked and why. You can even get like patch specific in a bit too. You can see some of Jinx's best players in the different regions as well. You can see what regions she's been played in, and if you go in here, you can see she has been played in NA 3 times actually since the buffs in patch like 11.3 and 11.4. She has also been played in the EU LCS. It doesn't have it listed here for some reason, but she has been played there as well. She's weak against Kai'Sa. Apparently she's lost quite a bit of games against Kai'Sa, but if we scroll all the way towards the bottom, the last 100 games that Jinx has been in pro play, as you can see in certain regions, she's been doing actually pretty well. But if we look for, let's say, the LPL, NA, the LCK, and other stuff, right? Like here we go. She actually won against a Tristana. Went 7-1 in Korea. That's Korea, by the way, the LCK, right? So like even in Korea, she's actually been picked up with some success. That's a lot of kills, right? Like in Korea, you might expect the kills to be low, but they got a lot of kills onto their hyper carry Jinx, and it ended up going pretty well. And you can see there are a couple defeats in there as well as you scroll down and see stuff. For some reason, the LEC, oh, there's the LEC, the like one LEC game. She's been in multiples, but you know she did lose that game. Kai'Sa seems to be in pro play. A lot of what people counterpick Jinx with, so to speak. That's also because pro play is a little bit of a different beast, so the way you play Jinx is a little bit different. Like the reason she's even getting picked up for some people is, or like what they're speculating, is the health. The health is huge. The fact that they gave her the health back. They said it's a health buff, but it was the health she already had, and like they took away from her in 11.3 because they thought they needed to counterbalance the buffs, and then they're like, no, we don't. Actually, she's actually still needs a little bit more, so we can give her the health back in 11. It's basically a revert, but they gave her the health back, and what that allowed pro players to do is they, like, again, you can play around that so much, right? Like, let's put it this way. Some people consider Sona a very OP champion, and in pro players' hands, you would imagine whether they're OP or not, they'd still be great because it's pro players. But she has such low health that that actually is an issue that can be a thing when people try and play certain champions. So even with the buffs Jinx got that were very good quality of life stuff, because they took the health away in 11.3, she wasn't going to get picked up. And so when they gave it back to her at 11.4, she started getting picked up in pro play. Ergo, we have actually started to see her make landfall in pro play. Not always winning. Sometimes she does win though, but not always. But at the same time, the fact that we're still seeing her at all is actually pretty nice. In a world where season 8 or season 10 or season 8 probably too, we didn't really see her a lot. And for some of us, the reason we watch pro play isn't because we're supporting a team or a player, it's because they play the champions we play, and we like watching pro players play what we play, what new stuff they do, or just how they do stuff differently, how they do what we already do but better so we can improve. And so to be able to see Jinx again in pro play, for some people, that matters, and that's why we're making this video, because some people, they might want to know, and maybe that's what gets them to tune in sometimes. It's the fact that Jinx could be picked, and then as soon as you see Tristana and, you know, Kai'Sa locked in, you turn it off and be like, cool, I'm going back to doing what I was doing, which was tilting off the face of the earth in ranked anyways. So there we go. That's gonna be it for this video. Again, type in Game of Legends to be able to get to this site. You type in Jinx up here. You can mess around with a couple things as well. So you can have game version, for example. So you can go like 11.4 specifically. I did mention we could talk about patches. So if you want to narrow down to just this patch, we go that Jinx has actually gone 7 and 10 on this patch. So most of her picks has come in pro play on 11.4, the buff where she had all of her other buffs and got her health back. So with that being said, as we scroll down here again, you know, a lot of red. She's not necessarily dominating pro play. We kind of want that because it means even though she's getting picked in pro play, she won't get nerfed. So that's actually good. That's not necessarily a bad thing for us, but she has been winning in some, you know, tournaments and stuff like that too. So it's not all doom and gloom, but it is a little bit of a good actually to see some red in there because it balances her in pro play, and so we don't have to see like season 5 where she got nerfed because Tahm Kench existed and kept her really, really safe. And so people wanted Jinx nerfed instead for some reason. Her and Callista, and they didn't realize Tahm Kench was the problem. I'm not gonna get into that. A little bit salty still. It's been like, you know, 5-6 years. Anyways, that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching this video. I don't know which video will be next, because I could have a lot of kinks. So until this time, take care. GG, get jinxed. Thank you for watching, and enjoy pizza responsibly. Or else.